All right, just a short video here. It's the startup guide for the Minelab X-Terra Pro. Okay, here we go. All right, I got the X-Terra Pro here. We're gonna go ahead and turn it on to get started. Top left corner, hit that button. Wait for it to boot up. And the first thing I'm gonna do is check my sensitivity. Right now, I'm at 10. I'm gonna run that up at 19 for me to get started today. I might go down to 17 if it gets real crazy, chatty, and just kind of sounds unstable. Or I might run it up to 19, 20, 21, 22 even. Depends on how stable the machine is, but I'm gonna start at 19. Next thing I'm gonna do is, with this button over here, this detect button, I'm gonna pick my mode, and I'm gonna toggle across until I get to field 2. That's where I'm gonna be today, field 2. Now that I have my sensitivity and my mode set, the next thing to do is a noise cancel. And we'll hit the center cogwheel here to the first icon. And to get started with the noise cancel, you wanna bring it up to waist height, and then hit this button right over here on the right and let it do a noise cancel. All right, now that we're done with noise cancel, the next thing is the next icon over, which is ground balance. You're gonna wanna find an area where you don't have any signals, like right here. You wanna hold this button in and pump the coil. Listen and watch, and the number will settle down. For example, if I were to have this up high, to give you an example, and we're out with a ground balance of 22, and I toggle over to the second icon, hold this in, watch how quick this goes to the new ground here. Goes right down to 1 again. And it likes 1 for the ground balance right here. And then at this point, you could actually just hit this button right here and be off and detecting and be perfectly fine. But there are a couple other settings you might want to take a look at right now. First one would be hit your cogwheel here and go to the last icon. And that's your recovery speed. You have a choice of 1, 2, and 3. And if you are in a field where you're trying to find coins, deep coins, and there's not a lot of trash, not a lot of iron, 1 would be the perfect setting because you're telling the processor that you value depth over speed of detection. And it's going to be super deep, but if you're in an area where there's a lot of iron, a lot of trash, and you're trying to hear coins or good stuff hiding in the trash, 3 is the setting you want because now you're tilting the processor to try to work for speed instead of depth. And anything in between that would just be 2. I'm gonna be in 3 today because I'm gonna be in some heavy iron. And at this point I could hit the detect button and take off. But one other thing I wanna show you is make sure you have go to the icon with the speaker and the 2 little musical notes and make sure you're in the correct tone setting. I'm in all tones, that's what I like. You could be in 1, 2 tone, 5 tone, all tones, or depth. I'm gonna be in all tones today. Just make sure you have that correct. And again, you could hit this button and take off and start detecting. And keep in mind, you can see at the top up here on the scale that there's a little area up here that's blanked out. If I hit this horseshoe down here, the machine can now hear everything it swings over, all iron, all nails. But if you have the horseshoe on, it's going to discriminate out some of that junk iron that's down on the bottom. So make sure you have that on so it's discriminating out. I choose to hunt without it. I want to hear everything, but some people might like it on. If you change your frequency like this, or you change your detecting mode, you have to do a fresh, brand new noise cancel and ground balance each time you change your frequency or your detecting mode. And that's it. Just make sure your headphones connected and you're off and running. Short little video, quick, simple, and that's all there is to it. Good luck out there.